go. If you see my stats, don't worry about it. They're just a little spooky, okay? Okay. They're just a little spoopy, you know, some of that new game plus 1,000 shit, yo. Yeah. Goodbye, bitch. Oh yeah, the hoes be tripping. Oh wait, no, that's not base game. DLCs. Bye. Yeah, love turning these hoes to dust, yo. Oh shit, that was in line. Yeah, I have unlimited stamina. Yeah, do I care? Hell no, this game is fucking super fast. Not like I can play online consistently either. Oh, you jinx yourself. If you're gonna get some super. Did you unplug your router for like 15 minutes? Did you unplug your router for 15 minutes? Unplug it for 15 minutes. That doesn't do it for double it. For a good reason. Hoes be tripping, yo. Oh my fuck. Although that beat used for that is actually fucking spicy. Wanna see the damage I do? Oh, 42, 42. Well, you see that damage? Yeah. It's kind of smexual. Yeah.
Help us. An unsightly beast.
A great
terror looms.
Asshole.
You were at my side all along.
Pardi monum
My true
Pardia dolestetitus fiat morte. It's Latin. Sangue nel opulento. Ah, sì. That was violent. Man's water is flowing. goes from iron to bronze to silver to gold. Those are astrological ages, right? You should be in a gold medal. Next is going to be Soulute.
Tired anymore. Just beating the shit out of people just woke me up.
Not bad. It's a ridiculous. He's dead. Or message. Oh. Good luck. No, you're not good at math. You know, the fucking dumb thing about math is it's not real. Math is just quantitative, it's not qualitative.
Shrouded by night, the trap will be.
And even then, the ironic thing about math is math is just 2 plus 2. Math is just you add addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. Like that's math itself. Now arithmetic though, that's a different thing. That's the quality of the number. And that's really what you do need to know, because then once you know that, it's like, okay, then you know electromagnetism to the degree that it is, you know. It's like I ban him, but I parry you. Yeah, then there's that weirdo YouTuber, I parry you. Doctor, he's a good guy, but he's just a little too, autismo for things. I parry you. You know that is, Bobco? Yeah. Although he does have good notes. It's spicy. Yeah. Yeah, it was him and Marlon. And that right there kind of fucked everyone up in the first place. Chaos Dagger used to be one of the originals that did all that. And then also, here's the thing, Raiory. Like, once you know arithmetic, you understand what it's looking for. Really, this plane is a plane of prison. I just rolled. Okay. The physical body and Etheris herself is just a plane of prison. It's a twofold prison system. Could be threefold, but you know that's in case if you really go to a cellular prison. And truly speaking, everyone who has a cell phone is galvanizing power. But, you know, it's a necessary evil. Yeah, and the whole purpose of this realm is apotheosis. It's to gain the god status, you know, and that's why I don't tolerate atheists. I cannot tolerate it. Something I just cannot, it's not in my repertoire. What did you dual heal it? Hashtag bow glitch status. Yeah, I would too. That is, you know, whoever fucking found that shit out, like, what fucking crap is they smoking? Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Did you know dudes could get yeast infections? Yeah, that's a little spoopy right there. Yeah, that's real spooky. Yeah, stop playing, dude. You're getting a little roasted and toasted. I'm trying to salt. I'm trying to, you know, eat salt. We can't beat the salt. But really, we are what we eat. So I mean, it makes sense too. That's why I started the stream in the first place. Bitch! Dead. You know, the funny thing is I can power through Bloodborne in like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Like non-stop, go through New Game Plus cycles. With this. There was once a point in time that I had a legit save and I was like, whatever. Although that character had like 2K hours on it and I was like, damn. I need to teabag this bitch. Well, really? Oh shit, who'd be it? How you feel? Yeah, y'all and your motherfucking slumlord the hose. Oh, well, fucking shit, this is the first time I've ever landed a pun. Oh, what? Hell yeah, finally. Like, 4 fucking years of the DLC. That's bitch, when did Mountain go fuck off like that? Bitch ain't no living fella, you can shut the fuck up with that. I ain't trying to... No, wait a minute. Suck that. Hold on, I'm going to shoot him. Yeah, you know what that is? That's each thing. Well, yeah, but that's what each thing is. It's all just the 8 number. Or 8 isn't. Dragon's Dogma's an okay game.
The only online part about it is the fact that you're able to use other people's characters as pawns.
Yeah. But then there's an MMO aspect of it.
Was.
Yeah.
I don't trust it anyway.
Why?
It just sounds sketchy to me, that or it's just gonna turn out horrible.
Raiory?
I mean, unless the lag's gonna be absolutely shit or something like that. I don't know if I should try it.
Probably. Oh no. That's what he said. No. Never. Never. become the demon. Once. Cannot go back. Light is oh. Hey, Arena, motherfucker, it's been a fucking fat ass minute. Bye, Latro. Yeah. Oh, you sad motherfuckers. Okay. Yeah. Hoes.
I see.
Yeah.
So, back to square one again.
Yeah, we're back to square one. It's okay. I mean, really, that's a kind of fucking fascinating, like, little bit of allegory right there. You know what that is? That's squared circle.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's it.
As much as I wanted to keep it short and simple, I'm not here for 2-minute lecturing based on what I just said.
No, I mean, it's some good shit, yeah. It's just, you know, it's the esoteric behind it.
Well, yeah.
What's you been up to, Arena? Jay Whippy?
Truly nothing much, besides...
Is your name Arena?
Should be left well alone.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Even I don't know.
Or
I like
just
Skylar better.
Okay.
I mean, because at least I know
How the secret
that if in some different reality I was a female, I could practically still keep the name because it's both male and female.
Skylar?
Yeah, it's a male and female name.
Oh, true. I mean, truly speaking, I am a female in the male vessel anyways.
Male
So it makes
succubus.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually have a question.
Ah.
What is your... I actually want to know what your true opinion is on Dragon's Dogma, because it sounds like you may have played it before.
I have played it. It's okay. Man, like, I love dragons. Like, I'm a fucking dragon. Are you kidding me? But I'm
I
not...
don't know.
I'm not like... I don't worship them out, though. Talking about Dragon's Dogma. The dragon in the Dragon's Dogma game is like literally those called out a 50. Close as possible to the human content. Talking about,
Well, I do know that, but there's a point of like, knowing that, what is it? He's like the one creature that's not made completely out of violence and destruction.
but that's
And he's completely...
dragons are always seen as violent and destructive. They're good beings by nature.
Oh yeah, I know that. I'm just implying that he's different. Because, he's all about, like, hey, if you're gonna slay me, just come over to the server, I'll accept it. As long as you can prove that you're strong enough to, like, deal with these trials ahead, I don't care.
You know why he's doing that? God.
Gee, why didn't certain Dark Souls bosses do that?
The patron itself is you. You have to think about it. Like, when you're going through the game, you have to think about the Witch's Pyramid. The Witch's Pyramid is a 5-pointed pyramid. It's a pentacle. 5 points, right? It all has to do with every single element: earth, air, fire, water, spirit. So what are you doing? When it says you died, well, guess what? You're daring to go forth. You're daring to live, or you're daring to live. So what happens is, when you're daring to say no. So when you start knowing, it's like, okay, well, next, but you know. Hold on. 3 then. So why is this so vital to know in the long run? Well, this is the Witch's Creed. In your character, your player character, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, really any video game that has to do with, the esoteric, if it has to do with if it has a fucking dragon in it, if it has something like that, something more like, some more shit like Soulsborne in the wake of it, what you need to know is that this is the Witch's Pyramid. You're daring to live, therefore you are daring to know. And when you know something, you are able to act accordingly upon it. You have your responsibilities and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, this, once I started thinking about it from that perspective, it was like, okay, what comes next in the grand scheme of things? What is Miyazaki trying to portray? Easy. Gnosis in general. Spiritual gnosis. And he is telling you exactly what you need to know about spiritual warfare. You have a sword and you have a shield. You have a gun and you have a trick weapon. Why is it a trick weapon? Well, what do you do when you are... What do you do when you are... What do you do with magic? You can trick someone. You can charm someone. You have 2 forms for each weapon. And it makes sense. You are charming someone. You are charming someone via just completely destroying someone. Your enemies should be pushing up daisies. If they are not in coffins, you are doing something wrong. Truly. If your enemies are, if you're giving kindness to your enemies, guess what? Then you are doing something wrong. Your enemies must be in the 6 feet under, pushing up daisies, dead. Completely gone, obliterated. They must be. It must happen that way. Yes, enemies should just be immolated, Arena. They should be just burned, at their very core, at their first and also second deaths. Or you could even curse them by extrication, do whatever the fuck you need to do to make them know what their place is in your life. And what this is taking the scales of balance in your favor. Because you are your own judge, jury, and executioner. That is what Soulsborne is telling you. Very, very, very subtly. Through symbolism. Through all of the major plot devices. Like, you know, because we are the main gods and goddesses of Soulsborne. We are the main gods and goddesses of Soulsborne. You know why you know what the furtive pygmy is in the first place? Is us. We are the furtive pygmy. We are not the fiends to Melchizedek. And fuck you, Melchizedek. You're gonna die. I'm gonna make sure he's dead. He is, you know, and I'm saying this from a more true perspective. Because Arena, and also you, Slay, there's nothing good that can come from the JCI. If you ask for food, if you're like super fucking hungry at a church, guess what? They'll just give you a Bible. And then you know what they'll say?
What will they say?
They'll say, this is the bread of God. Read it. Very simply put. While you're over here physically hungry, guess what that's called? That's called gluttony. And that's called greed. That is what they are doing. They are a business in the first place. They do not have the best interest of humanity in the first place. Yeah, and I don't go to JCI church. I hate the JCI with passion. I'm not an atheist. I'm not an atheist. I don't tolerate atheism. I don't tolerate atheism at all. It is something that just cannot be in my line of sight. If I, you know... Yeah, and then you know what the Mormons do? Like, the Mormons is like one of the worst kinds of Christians. The Mormons and the Catholics are the worst of the worst. They will never realize their own divinity. They'll just be like little butt slave to them.
Funny how this moved on from Dragon's Dogma to Christianity and all that.
Well, yeah, because fuck JCI. Ain't nothing good that can come from them. Just being very clear.
Starting to put little puzzle pieces in my head, but I'll save that for later.
You know what?
Anyway.
Good. I'll gladly play the bad guy. And you know what, Arena? I did the same thing a couple weeks ago. Like,
really?
I got a Mormon Bible. Oh, some guy from California, his name's Slake Hill. Cool guy. He's a little younger than me, but you know, he's chill as fuck. You know, it's a little bit of subterfuge. You gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta get your hands dirty to make sure you go. Honestly, I don't even know. Like, I haven't played with your Slayer in a fat minute. Unite. TVV Sacramentum.
Oh yeah, that's right, you're on a stream.
Yeah.
I just realized.
Yeah, go
just like, wait, why is he mentioning my name? Like, oh.
He's curious. Bitch, I didn't ask you for no fucking fists. Like, that's the thing, Arena. From what my perspective of the JCI is, I'm like, yeah, you can go fuck right off. They're the liars, the thieves, the pettiest motherfuckers out there in the world. These are the type to, you know, give a smile. Yeah, this is a ravioli guy. Yeah, you know how ravioli shit, yo. That's some good mother meow meows right there. Yeah, he's not watching the stream, by the way, Arena. I mean,
what?
You're not watching the stream, are you?
Oh no, sorry.
That's okay. You don't have to. I mean, just
No, that's perfectly fine.
if
What I
it,
was looking at kind of interested me now. There is another game that apparently I didn't notice until I was listening to one of the tracks that I accidentally stumbled upon.
which one?
Apparently, it's an alpha demo of Neo 2.
Oh yeah. Wait, that's out already?
Or, I don't know. I don't know when this was released. I just know that apparently this is out. Or, I guess it was out. I don't know. All I know is that I'm looking at everything now, and they actually did a better job this time. You actually, like, what is it? I forgot what
Oh.
those, I forgot what they call those games, but, you know, like those regular Japanese fighting games, when you have
Yeah.
to, like, kill the enemies to get a bar up that you absorb all the energy orbs around them?
Yeah.
And you get, like, what is it? Once you reach a maxed out bar, you transform, and then you're, like, something completely different than what you were before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of it now.
Hell yeah.
So,
Transfiguration.
it's also the fact that you have a different, like a bunch of different spirits like we had before. So, yeah, can't wait to see what I look like when I become a water spirit.
Oh, he's gonna be a water spirit, eh?
Well, I mean, like, what is it? Do you know the irregular, spirit that I used in the first Neo?
Which one? The fish?
The death butterflies.
Oh, the death?
The frost ones.
Oh, you know what that's fucking making reference to, dude?
Hmm.
Project Monarch. Some fucking mind control shit.
Yeah, I threw frosted monarchs as I dance along with my blades.
Fuck you, Project
Anyway.
Monarch. Use a hoe. Smoke your ass.
Yeah. What is it? This one looks a bit different. What is it? It looks like you're able to use like a wheel kind of weapon now.
A wheel?
Like a sharp ring blade
Oh, hell
that's
yeah.
circular. And apparently I saw this dude transform. He was levitating in the air. Like, his clothing was messed up and all that, because it's like a purple type, so I'm assuming it's Earth. And like, whenever he would fire them... Yeah, because purple in Neo, the color purple is the Earth
What?
element.
That doesn't make sense, though. What?
Well, yeah, I know. Let me explain the
Purple
element.
spirit.
No, that's the thing. They don't use... Like, you're already using spirits. They use different colors and elements to like differentiate what it is.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's kind of weird, but let's see. So an example being that deer spirit that you would be able to get in the first Neo. That was all about Earth element.
Yeah,
However,
that makes sense.
it also was purple. Now, here's the reason why.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, wind is also green. Yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna move on to.
Heart chakra.
And then yellow is electricity,
Makes sense.
blue is water, and red is fire. And those are the elements. Now, spirit, obviously that doesn't work because you're already using spirits who use these elements.
Yeah, okay, so... Spirit should be black and white. Black and
Funny
white is
enough,
either.
these spirits are not black and white.
Really?
There was another one that I used to have that was like a fox dragon, but it looked more like it was sewed in with like a knitting set and all that. He was green and slightly red on his edges too, so
Green and
they
red?
actually are. Yeah, green and slightly red tips. So it's kind of just, yeah, they're not really black and white. They're actually quite colorful.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean,
I'm coming from it from the alchemical perspective.
well, yeah, that part, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the more sorcery perspective. I mean, even then, like, Japanese sorcery is pretty fucking great.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm trying to remember.
Cesspool.
You know what, like, what is it? That giant wheel blade is that usually, like, Japan games use, right? You know what
Yeah.
that looks like. Alright, apparently, so yeah, back to this guy floating with the purple aura and all that and the messed up clothing. Just floating around, and he can do ranged attacks now as well. So
Oh.
whenever he did a special input, those two blades would start levitating, become bigger, and then start spinning at a high pace, and then charge straight at him.
Oh shit. That's some fucking esoteric warrior monk shit right there.
Another thing that I saw is that you're able to riposte a boss when they're in a certain state now. That also involves with their special transformation. Like, hold on, let me go back a bit, even though if it is a song, because I think I can explain what happens. Yeah. He looks all normal, and then he transforms. Oh, damn!
I have Neo in its season pass. I mean, I kind of like Neo. It's okay, but it's a little too autistic for my ass.
It's a little too autistic for the autistic.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic. And it's weird though. I mean, I love Japanese culture. You know, I'm half Japanese ethnically.
Well,
But
you gotta realize that, like, you're trying to put Dark Souls physics into a high, like, fast-paced Japanese game. Not only that, but
it
you're,
just doesn't work.
like, well, yeah, and plus the fact that they're using, like, the logic of war, but not just that, but from a different country. You don't even start in Japan when you started off. You're actually in London.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you know, that's some Jutsu shit right there.
For some reason, you are from London, and you then take the journey to Japan.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
for some
pirate
reason,
shit.
yeah, and it all happened in London. Here's the thing: when it explains the story of how he got his spirit, it clearly shows that he was a child. So he got that Japanese spirit when he was a child in London when he died.
Yeah, that's some weird shit. You
It's
know,
like,
in the warfare aspect of it, it's like, it kind of tilted me too. Like being a war spirit myself, it's like, it kind of fucking off-kilted me. It was like a weird, like, half-breed of a half-breed of a half-breed. Of a half-breed.
I see.
Of another half-breed. Yeah.
Actually, now that I've taken a closer look at it, I see that it's like those wheels aren't actually his weapon. That's one of his special abilities.
Oh, okay.
He was originally using a sword, but when he transformed, that thing became like what is it?
Like,
What do you
super
call it?
fucking fast.
Twin blades, so like a connected blade on each end.
Oh, like a
Except that it's
Kusarigama?
black and yeah. Except that it's black, corrupt, doesn't look like it's stable, and then you got like two purple blades on the end.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Let's see. So the riposte is when you transform, and this dude, like, the boss is on his knees right now. He cuts him upwards so that he all of a sudden starts, like, back again on his knees again. He's falling, and then what
Yum.
is it? He summons 4 more blades, and they just stab all into him at once as he stabs him again.
Did you just say on his knees?
Well, yeah, at first he was on his knees, knocks him
Yum.
upward again, He's on his knees again, falls back down as 4 blades hit him on the back again. They all disappear.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not even gonna lie, that's actually pretty cool.
You still have the hitbox arena.
It's kind of weird though, because the first boss, or at least the first boss area, looks the exact same, except that the boss has a completely different fighting style.
Yeah. You see, you still have the hitbox. You get a good look at the okay. A little cutie right here. Yeah, you poor wizened child. They must have done some really heinous experiments on you.
That's even better.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, man. Big.
What?
They allow 3 people in a session now.
Oh fuck, that's gonna make it much better. One would be like too much. One be too little, I mean. You know?
Well, I don't think it's gonna be any better if they make the PvP thing like a 3v3.
Oh fuck, are they gonna do invasions? I hope so.
I mean, it would be interesting, but knowing that they made the game difficult on purpose, I feel like the invader should at least have some things taken away.
You know, honestly, it should be the other way around though, you know? Think about it.
What, decreasing the difficulty of the game to give them more?
Yeah. No,
Well, I feel like
increasing the difficulty by giving it like 2 invaders, 2v3 with all the other enemies around, like that would be a balance right there. But these invaders have to fight with each other. They can't fight against each other. That would be the challenge for the invader.
So with and not against. And what if they add friendly fire?
Yeah, people who summon should not be given any advantages. Yeah, I know, right? They, like, the advantage is the summon itself. So, like, 2 invaders, you know, 2 invaders plus, or maybe even 3 invaders, because it would have to be around, it would have to still be tied to an even number. Like, if it was 6, it would have to be 3 on 3. Hashtag orgy. Yeah, use a fucking Scythian, you hoe.
Oh, best part about the transformation, Big.
Yeah.
You remember the Amrita, or the Amrita.
Yeah, that right there's that right there's another aspect of key.
Yep. Guess what?
Huh.
That's a part of your transformation as well.
Oh, okay.
You got Amrita sticking out of you, just like the demons you fought.
Oh yeah, you know what that is? That's transfiguration. That's when you slay the demon to become a demon.
Well, I'm assuming in your case it's spirit, but for whatever this guy picked, it's probably
spirit. Very simply put.
Damn, it really still does look like the ship. Damn, that's aggressive though.
Fuck you, JC, I'm gonna smoke your ass, you hoe. He's a hoe.
Alright. You remember the first boss on the ship, right?
Yeah. I think so.
So this dude... Okay, yeah. So, this guy, with now even crazier hair, a lot more menacing look, can not only do now more damage, but like the regular one's unblockable, was him grabbing onto you, spinning once, and then throwing you on the floor. This dude grabs onto you, spins you into the air into a tornado that actually forms and slam dunks your ass.
Oh.
Yeah. And apparently, with one hand motion, he can actually make 3 tornado projectiles towards your direction. So instead of enormous chain balls, it's pretty much just him being able to do all that magic fancy crap that we could do.
For sure.
Boss music's pretty nice as well.
Yeah, they've got to do that, like, different boss music for, you know, each boss having a different theme, because, like, that right there was a big turn off. By the way, Arena, I figured out that Moon Presence is Melchizedek. He's Marduk.
Also, what is
Fuck
it?
him.
Even the boss's name is different. It's Enenra.
Remember, okay.
Yeah. I have no idea if that dude's lagging, but...
Probably
Okay,
is.
so... Maybe, but what I just saw was different. Alright, so an electric spirit, or spirit user transforms. He's holding dual daggers.
The hunt begins
He
again.
teleports all around the guys and does multi-slashes.
Okay.
At least that's what I've seen so far. And I see him doing, like, pretty interesting backflips as well. Oh. Damn. Guess it must depend on the spirit and the weapon you use.
Huh. Kiriyama, cutting mountain.
Wonder if they added any more besides cannons and muskets. Oh, and bows.
It probably did. When does Neo 2 come out anyways?
Let me see. I'm curious to find out, too.
So, Arena, like, here's the thing about this cutscene that's gonna be coming up, and, you know... This cutscene is probably... Oh, possibly December, okay. This cutscene right here is super vital.
Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
Damn it. If this comes out on a very early date...
Maybe I should
Alright.
reinstall Neo and play it again. I don't really like the game, though.
It's too stale, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, it's just too fucking... There's too many fucking same enemies, and then, you know, the level design is basically the exact same every single time. And it's like, okay, cool. You know what this represents, Arena? The baptism of fire. Like, you already get baptized by the fire to start off with in Bloodborne. You don't have to go do some esoteric shit. Yeah, you don't have to go do you know, kill Sister Frida to activate your black flame. It just innately happens. You become the monster itself. You become the demon itself immediately.
You found yourself a hunter.
Yeah, and then these motherfucking messengers. Those are angels. Fuck you. The only angels I will salute are the fell angels.
Ouch.
And those who actually tell the full truth, not that half-truth bullshit.
Big?
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, I just saw something painful. When you get the chance, you might want to see this, cause I think I may not get the second one. I'll have to look, or I guess watch it a bit more, but what I just saw kinda stung.
What?
I can't explain it to you. You're gonna have to watch.
Watch it after I'm done streaming. Got you. A little bit of overkill, but don't care. So, here's the thing, Arena. You know, you start off at Central Yarnum, right? Well, like, you have to realize that. And also, you too, Slay. This is a very. These are the esoteric principles to start off Bloodborne. I'm gonna get really deep really quickly, so you just pay attention. Just, you know, keep your ears open, your eyes open. So, why do you start at Iosefka's clinic? What is Iosefka syncretic to? Joseph. Josefka. It's a biblical name. Can't remember what Joseph did. I think Joseph was the what was Joseph again? I think he was the baptizer. So, here's the thing, B. When you start off, this beast over here, he has half health. Why does that matter? Oh yeah. And even then, Jesus Christ is a made up fictional character. Yeah. Oh yeah, John was the Baptist, while Joseph was the father of Jesus. Now you have to realize this. This beast right here has half health. Why is that? Why is this monster got half health? Why? What does the word human mean? It means half monster. It means half a man. This beast right here tells you exactly what you need to know about humanity. Right here. Right here. It has half health, therefore it's half a monster. It's half itself. We get out, and we see a bunch of tombstones. This is all necromancy. This is all necromantic visions. And then we're given this arch. Okay, this is a Phoenician arch. This is Phoenician architecture. This is Gothic Phoenician architecture. The word Gothic doesn't comes from the word Got, aka goat, not God. Goat, the Goetics, the 72 Goetic demons, the dark necromantic aspects of each Goetic demon, and even then I still have a machination that is Goetic in nature. So then we're given these, not personal shit, by the way. Then we see all the symbolism right here. We start. Then we see the symbol right here. What is this? This one where the ideogram is on. This is called an archon. An archon is usually 3-pointed or 4-pointed. It's either a 3-pointed cross or a 4-pointed cross. When someone is archonic, they are usually practicing anarchy. And what anarchy is to be anchored. This is why news anchors are anchors. They are practicing archonism. They are archons. They are agnostic archons. They are trapped within the white light. They are false, and they do not know anything that cannot be. They are something that just is ridiculously stupid. They are dumb as fuck. These right here, these beasts, everyone here is a beast. They are archonic. They are practicing anarchy because they are anchored. They don't know anything. They're dumb. They're stupid. They're retarded. You know, there's the 6-pointed, you know. Yes, they don't got no fucking, they don't got no gnosis of themselves. They don't have the identity that is divine. They're trapped within the I can be a star, but you know, we are all made of the same material as the heavens above and the planes below. And it's kind of fucking fascinating. It really is dumb, you know, we are already stars itself. We already illuminate the path ahead of us because of our heart. This right here is a griffin. This right here is a griffin. These are all celestial symbols. These are all celestial symbols. This right here are archons, right here. When someone is practicing arcanism, they are retarded. This is the Bible Belt of the whole United States. Archons anchored, you know, practicing anarchy. You know, what are they doing? They're worshipping Trump. Trump is, you know, seen as a god to them. Mind you, Trump is probably the best president we have ever had. Not because of, you know, his policies and shit. It's because of his exposing of the whiteness of America. You have to realize that this, you know, this is stolen land. You know, this whole area right here. I want to get all these motherfuckers dead real quick so I can get all these. Oh, you just eat my ass. So this right here represents all of the witch hunting. You know, there are task forces in various points, various places of the world that hunt down witches. That are the Inquisition. This is what the JCI does. These beasts right here are witch hunters. They are not hunting for the truth. They are hunting against the truth. They cannot find the truth for themselves. They have to be told it in it being regurgitated in an endless cycle. They are recycling. They are cycling not truth. They are having themselves. So this right here, this represents, you know, someone being burned at the stake. Or, you know, what is it? Don't die. Hell yeah. This represents someone being burned at the stake. Very simply put, this is someone who that is ravenous for the truth. This is someone who will always get the truth no matter the cost. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter how hard the truth hurts. It doesn't matter what it is. The truth must be the top priority for someone that has their black flame completely awakened. That you know, that is also my position. I don't care about humanity. It can fucking die and rot for all I care. It really could. And so what we see in Central Yarnum has to represent, you know, is a tongue, is a pirate, you know, Yarnum, yar, deedly dee, is a pirate. The Tumerians are okay. Sure. That was weird. And so what happens is, like, you see these dogs locked in cages, these are really, really dogmatic individuals who will not research anything for themselves because they want to know for the truth for themselves. Mind you, What I'll tell someone if they get in the truth is like, do it for yourself. Don't do it for me. Don't do it for anyone else. Do it for yourself. You know, if you're gonna practice. You practice what you preach. And when you make yourself available, always back it up by different sources. Always. I mean, really, truly speaking, like that right there is beauty. And what we see here is this right here is a celestial thing. What Miyazaki is doing is he is reverse psychologying the celestial mindset. He is showing you what the celestial mindset is, what they are doing, and how they are able to manipulate the masses. But he is throwing such shade at them, at all of the churchgoers. He is showing you black magic in a way that is unheard of. Through a silent protagonist. It is your will. Because this is the right hand weapon. Is, you know, the weapon. It is the sword. Well, you know, your gun has mercury in it. Who is syncretic to mercury? Lucifer. Lucifer. And I don't say Lucifer, by the way. I say Lucifer. I always say Lucifer. The C is always the K sound in classical Latin. I don't do Lucifer. He's not Lucy. He's Lukey. He's a Lucifer. And then we come to the cleric beast. Why are the cleric beasts so fucking grotesque in the first place? And why are they clerics? And who are clerics in the first place? Well, easy. They're JCI priests. They're pastors. They're JCI operatives. And mind you, JCI operatives are attorneys or judges or literally anyone that is against themselves. They are the county clerk. They are, you know, the clerk is a cleric. It is a clerical position. In the first place, pardon me. And these are the most grotesque motherfuckers out there. They cannot see what anything is because they are so blinded by greed, by gluttony, by pride, by sloth, by envy, by wrath. They are so blinded by that white light because you usually get blinded by the light, right? It makes sense when you start thinking about it in the more philosophical, religious perspective. This is dumb. JCI are very, very new. Who was originally the god or the main god of this realm? Yeah. I'm just saying this, you know, just saying this. Who was originally the god of this realm? Was Satan. You know, this was originally our plane to begin with. It wasn't no fucking Melchizedek and all of his dumbass, you know, apostles, oath breakers. You know, because an apostle is an oath breaker. Because it's the curse. An apostle is an oath breaker. They are renegades. It's very true. And all of these beasts are hollow. They're hallowed. You know, when you know the Lord's Prayer has the term, hallowed be thy name. Well, you need to take a look at these beasts, the hollows in Bloodborne, in Dark Souls. You see what can be done, what is done to these beings on this plane. This planar threefold prison called Ethris. This is a realm that is so steeped in the prison mentality, because this is a planar prison. You know, we all are slaves to something. It could be our ambition. It could be someone else. You know, really, truly speaking, that's what the birth certificate is in the first place. It's a slavery document. whenever someone is born, they are immediately put into debt to whatever the national debt is, the national debt percentage is at the time, and it is always adjusted, for everyone. That means that means that birth certificate is a form of currency, because it is currency. It is like, it's $10 or so million. Like, who knows how much it is? But it is a very detrimental system. It is set up by the JCI. Every single hospital, you have to realize, is a military-owned hospital. They are owned and operated by the JCI. If it sounds like a Jew name, then you must be sure to be realized that is a Shabbatean Jew. That is the worst kind of Jew. That is the worst kind of the JCI. You know who's also Shabbatean? And mind you, Shabbatean means, the monster, the absolute monster of humanity. They are the most rotten to the core. This is very true shit. You go look this shit up. It's called the Sestui KV Trust. It's a threefold trust. They claim your soul of your foot. That's why they have to put layers of speech in English. It is a layered every single language has double speech, triple speech, quadruple speech, all of these different levels of subterfuge, of various planar activities that are detrimental. They are unhealthy. So when we get to Father Gascon, he is a father. This is representative of Jesus Christ right here. This is Jesus Christ. This is what he does. Jesus Christ is not even, in my eyes, he is a real figure, but he is also a fake figure. He is Jupiter, Zeus. He is very masculine. He is patriarchal. And guess what? Jesus Christ is a separate name to Jehovah, to El, to Adonai. These are all words of power. And why is it that we have a leaning obelisk to the left when we look at this? Because this is representative of what is wrong with this world. That is an obelisk. That right there is an obelisk. You cannot deny that. That right there is an obelisk. And an obelisk has more of a, metaphysical perspective too. It is a symbol, and it is also a unlimited electricity. It is a way to do it. It is Masonic also. That is the symbolism right there. So what this is, okay, and why the obelisk, why there is a natural born obelisk, in the Vatican, the Vatican could claim they brought it from Egypt, but really that was already there to begin with. The City Hall building here in downtown LA, or here in LA, in the downtown region, is an obelisk. The Diet building in Tokyo is an obelisk. What's it called? There's so many obelisks around the world. Even a headstone is considered an obelisk. Oddly enough. This is true shit. Why is the obelisk so important to the Vatican? Well, you know, obviously the Rosicrucian orders, and fuck the Rosicrucians. Nothing good can come from them. Nothing good can come from them at all. From these motherfucking things that roam the earth. These, what it represents is the penis and the vagina, the eternal male-female role that is, you know, yeah, you know, it's in St. Peter's Basilica. And what is a basilica? It's a money source or something. A basilica has to do with the mind, you know, has to do with money creation, money magic. Money is lunar magic. Money is moon magic. Under Mars, because of maritime. Money is moon magic. You know how money is created? It's an alchemical process. It is, you know, you start nothing from something, you start something from nothing. And it gets tied to, and how money works is it's tied to the astrological year. That's why a lot of these very big companies, they have that. Yeah, and that's what it is. It's a fractional reserve system. Yeah, and that's what it is. It's money magic. It's moon magic. Because you know why money inflates and has to deflate is that has to do with the ebbs and flows of the moon. Where the water is, there is usually a river, you know, and a river has a bank, and a river is a current. And what is a current? It is a form of a source. It is a source, therefore it is a type of sorcery. It's very simple. It's a very simple concept that no one seems to fucking, you know, seem to think about, because, you know, we're all tied up on fucking bullshit, you know, sports, like who gets who, you know, who has the, you know, the Kardashians and all of that, all the materialistic, worldly, you know, shit, and yet, you know, we're, you know, being a Satanist, you know this. It is not, you know, this world is temporary. Well, what the fuck, you know, why, you know, this world is a temporary plane prison. The whole purpose of this world, of Etherius, is apotheosis. That's the truth. It's our job to become the god and goddess that we are. It's our duty. It is our duty. It doesn't matter the color of the skin. It doesn't matter what it is our responsibility to become it, to have communion with these great almighty demons that we are in tow. Why is the word demon so powerful? Well, why is black magic, you know, considered, you know, so vile? Because it is. Black magic itself is not corrupted. Now it is. Now it's been watered down to such a degree that, and henceforth degree, that, you know, what is Halloween? That's coming up. That's coming up. Halloween is now considered a children's activity. When in truth, it is all about the harvest. It is all about the harvest, and it is an infernal date. This is one of the best dates to do a lot of ritual work. You know, it could be meditation, it could be literally insert, you know, it could be a blood sacrifice, it could be, you know, it could be a communion with your higher self, with your true self. It could be any of that. And that is what it is. Samhain, you know, Hallows Eve, Halloween, whatever you want to call it, O Bon, Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, what do you know, you name it, You know, and it's that. It is the middle aspect of the fall season. It is one of the darkest days of the whole year. It's been watered down to such a degree that, you know, they say trick or treat. But why are you saying that in the first place without even knowing the tradition behind it? It's very sad. It's a very sad truth. All of the symbolism here in Old Yarnum has to do with the atrophy. The planar atrophy of this world. And, you know, in Jura, he is a coon. He is a bona fide coon. Every single beast we kill is an enemy to us. When he says, remember, these are no beasts. Well, yeah, these are human. Should I give a shit about humanity? Should anyone truly care about humanity? No. Humanity is a rotten plague. It is a virus. It cannot... And it's very fucking sad. You know, and everyone still has divinity amongst this plane. And it's very sad.
Remember one thing.
Everyone does. And yet they can't even fucking, you know, they're so blind. They are blinded by that white light. It's a corruption. Everyone seems to have a different perspective on what true white is in the first place. But when you look at black, it's very simple. You don't need to interpret black. It is already within us innately. That is why our pupils are black. Our pupils are the black holes. You don't need to, you know, when NASA, you know, earlier this year tried to figure out what a black hole looked like, he was like, bitch, that's our eyes to begin with. That is our eyes to begin with. That is our eyes to begin with. Those are our black holes. Because from the electromagnetic perspective, nothing can escape dark. Nothing can escape the black. Life itself is dark by nature. It is mostly carbon-based. When you look at carbon, it is a deep, dark, black, grayish color, and it is gray. It is not white. When you purify and temper that carbon into, you know, from graphite to, you know, what do you get? A diamond. And why are diamonds so powerful? Because it's pure carbon. It is one of the hardest materials on this earth. And what the word diamond is related to is dominion. And who usually has dominion? Demons. It's a very, very true statement that this is what this is. This is the gnosis that comes from this. Now, when you are meditating, a natural alchemical process takes hold. You are raising your what is known as the claustrum. What is the claustrum, and why is it so vital to know what the claustrum is? It's at the very base of the spine, and when you know, and there's usually a little seed that gets birthed, and you have to raise the claustrum. You have to raise it, and you have to do the as above mentality. And this right here, you know, that's a fucking halo right there. This is someone's divinity. This is someone's divinity squashed. Right here. This is someone's divinity squashed. This is apostasy. Right here. Right here. Yeah. That's the curse of apostasy. And this is a very real thing. What happens is, when you start it up, you cannot stop it. You cannot stop the Kundalini from awakening. You cannot stop it. You can't. You cannot stop it. If you stop it, you're going to be... You could kill yourself. You could kill yourself. It's a very true thing. You could kill yourself. The alchemical procedure in the body, in the physical body, not the spiritual body or the mental body, is the fact that your brain, your pineal gland excretes melanin, which is the same chemical composition as coal. Coal. Fascinating. What is coal? Well, it's fucking carbon. What happens with carbon itself when it gets tempered to such a degree? Well, it's very easy. It becomes a diamond. Your pineal gland literally becomes a diamond because of the DMT, all of that serotonin that gets involved. All of that. Then your black flame is completely awakened. When you feel thyroid is all fuck, that is when you know you're doing something right. That is when the primordial kundalini, the twin snakes that are polar opposites yet can never ever stop vibrating, cannot stop fighting each other. That is when you know you are doing something right. It's a very true system, very true shit. This is something that they won't teach you in school because, who owns the school? JCI apparatus. Now, what I've always tried to figure out in this boss arena is, who the fuck are these? I have no idea who these are. This probably having... Oh wait, is that a blindfold? No, that isn't. But I have no idea what these are. I've been trying to figure this out for like a fat minute. It could be a representation of Baphomet. But no, this is not a... This is a tomb, but it's also a cathedral. It's also a chapel. This right here is a chapel of some sort, but I don't know who they are to begin with. So the gnosis that comes from this is when we are daring to know something, when we are meditating, we are daring to know something, and when we know it, we have gnosis. We don't have to have that blind faith of it, because we know it exists to begin with. We know it just is something. Because really, truly speaking, there is no such true thing as good or evil. That is that's already bend in the works. That's bending your work. If you know that, or when you truly get to know the real truth between when you eat from the tree of good and evil, you become God. You become a God. You don't. The thing about it is, in the Bible, will say, I can't remember if it's in the New Testament. Yeah, it's in the Old Testament. When you eat from the tree of good and evil, you become like God. But you have to put this into perspective. That right there is a half-truth. That is a half-truth. That is not the complete, unholy truth. Because when someone's a holy man, that is That is the representation of a hollow man. Someone who is hollow. Someone who is hollow. When someone is hollow, you get someone like these. This is someone who is hollow. Someone who cannot see. You know, someone who has not eaten from the tree of good and evil, the tree of knowledge. They have not eaten the apple. They haven't seen what the apple is. They haven't touched their serpentine force that is within already. You see these symbol like this one right here. This is a fleur-de-lis. This right here, the right there is a someone praying. It could also look like goat horns. You know, it is literally one or the above. And you know, this right here, the whirligig saw, when we look at this, it kind of looks like an eye. It's supposed to represent the eye. The clamshell is supposed to represent Venus, my old self. And it was very, you know, like being very clear with you, Arena, and the other viewer. It was a hard-ass pill to swallow when I found out that shit. And I was like, why was I made here to suffer? It's very simple. I needed to see the atrophy of this plant. I needed to see the atrophy of it in fall. I needed to fall. I needed to become a demon. I needed to have that for myself. It's a very true thing. Now what happens next is like, I could get into the Dark Souls aspect of it, but that right there would be for a different date. Bloodborne is a way better representation anyways of apotheosis and what it could look like. Because, you know, when you look at like the insight symbol, it's an eye. It's the inner eye. You have insight because you have a pineal gland and a pituitary gland. You have both. You have the pituitary, you know, obviously for the divine, the martial masculine. And then you have your pineal gland, which represents the goddess, the divine feminine. This right here. What does this look like? Great One's wisdom. Why is it a skull? What is a skull to begin with? It's necromancy. It's necromancy. And it's all death. It all has to do. It is all associated with death and rebirth. Why does it look like there's all that, you know, cosmic shit in there? Well, it's because he's telling you the universe is mental. The insight you gain from this world is what you take into your afterlife. Is what you take into your spirit. Because the first Hermetic principle that is ever taught is that the universe is mental. You create your own reality. You don't have to worry about someone else creating it for you. If you're creating it, if someone is creating your reality for you, that is psychosis. Psychosis is when you're living in someone else's reality. It is not the other way around. That is psychosis itself. True psychosis is that. It is not where a reality is gone. No. It is not that. That is never the case about psychosis. Psychosis, the reason why these motherfuckers think that psychosis is like, you know, is all about, you know, mental break. You have to realize that that's a demon possessing you. That is your demon possessing you. That is when your soul is crushed. That is when someone will go to the length as, you know, like let's say a school shooting or any of that sort. And I'm being very clear, these are really demented son of a bitches. I'm being very clear. These are where the mind is not stimulated in the healthy way. This is when someone is so distraught, they are so stressed out that they let their angel take them over. Now mind you, it's not even they let their angels and demons take over. This right here, this boss arena, I really, when I saw this, you know, these are the amygdalas with their spears of fear. What's the amygdala for? Fear and motor control. Well, why do we have to fear ourselves? Why do we have to fear our dark self? We don't have to, because it is already within us. Oh, not motor control. Yeah, that's the cerebellum. Yeah, that's the cerebellum. Pardon me. Yeah. So, like, this is a very, very ornate altar. Why is this so important to know? Is because this altar right here is very, you don't need this type of altar to do great spirit work. All you really truly need is like yourself, your will, and a candle or maybe some water. You like really a true spirit worker, someone who knows a little bit about true spirituality. You don't need an ornate fucking temple like this. You don't need something like this. This is something that is very, very demented right here, because this is a one-winged angel. This is a one-winged angel. This is, you know, probably the Sephiroth. And what does this look like to me? You know, these circles on the floor, is this looks like the tree of knowledge, the tree of good and evil, the tree of life and death. This is where you learn about what the clerics are doing on this world. This is what the you know, when they say let us feast, let us, you know, partake in the grand elixir that is the old blood. The old blood is something that is not supposed to be in our bodies to begin with. Yet we are the only ones able to withstand it, because it is us ourselves. We are the old souls. We are reincarnating, because death is rebirth, and rebirth is to die. That's very, very true. This right here is all sacred geometry. This is all sacred geometry right there. These are principles of electromagnetism right there. Right here. The outer circle, this part right here, is representative of your iris. This is your pupil, and this is the white around it. When you walk into the cliff off, you can go through many different paths, but you end up at the same ending that everyone else goes through. This can also go for different systems as well. Like, you know, the system that I follow. I can't say the name on the stream because it's a little bit, gotta keep it a little secret. But, you know, that is a very true statement. Now, what comes with this gnosis is divinity, self-divinity. The Savior is, you know, when someone talks about a Messiah or some shit, all I hear is blah, blah, blah. This, that, this. Because they don't know the principles of vibration, of mentalism, of of as above, so below. That's also known as correlation or correspondence. And this right here, what this is a rosy cross. What is that? Easy. It's a griffin. In a 4-3 mentality. This is a triangle, which is a 3, and then you're putting it in a rectangle. That is the 4-3. That is what a house usually looks like. That is also an aspect of sacred geometry. Now, they also don't know rhythm. They don't know what all of the Hermetic principles teach us. That once we know all of them, once we have gnosis, once we see it, once we look into it, because the word look comes from the word Lucifer. It is a very true thing. This, why we are going forth, this is our path. It's a predetermined path, but it is a path to gain gnosis. There's a blue and red system. That's why fire. That's why beasts don't like fire. Beasts cannot be on fire. They hate fire. And the inversion, the Celestials cannot take the bolt. It is a very true system. That right there shows you what electromagnetism is on a color shift perspective. Red shift, blue shift. The center of it is green. Very center of electromagnetism is always green. And the green color is always the heart chakra. The heart is the very center of your vessel. From the as above, so below perspective, the correspondence. So you can always come back to this arena, I always back this shit up. But now we're gonna get into another detail of why this is so important to know, why the forbidden woods. Now I don't say woods because you cannot call a tree a wood. A wood is the byproduct of a dead tree. So there's a forest. This is a forest. This is not a wood. Yeah, this is a tree. This is a forest. This is a forest. This is the forbidden forest. And why is something forbidden in the first place? Well, what is forbidden? Why does it? Why does the word forbidden come up to it? Well, it's because Yarnum is the only place that they are the JCI being the healing church and the vile bloods. They like to mess you up. That they were only keeping you in that archonic perspective. How many bosses are there in the Yarnum area? There are 4. These are also including in the optional 2 bosses. You have, what's it called? You have the, you have Gascon. And you also have, Amelia. You have the Cleric Beast. And then you also have Old Yarnum's boss. That is a 4-to-1 ratio. That right there is Arcanism, right then and there. This right here is then a little bit about going out of it. This is a 5-to-1 ratio. This is also known as fire. This is when you ignite the source. This is when you ignite your black flame. Truly ignite it. This is when you learn more about who you truly are. Now I'm gonna go get the Canehurst stuff right now, and I'm gonna go over there, and I'm going to show you another aspect of what the Vile Bloods are. The Vile Bloods are the Catholics. They're the Rosicrucians. Those are the upper echelons of the Catholic Church, the orders. It comes from Rosicrucianism. You know also you know what Rosicrucian is too, you know, it's Scientology. The Scientology cross is a rosy cross. It is a rosy cross for those who are unwilling to know that. So they're like, you know, that it all follows the same procedure. You pay into it. You pay an exorbitant amount of money to Scientology. Yeah. And the Rosicrucians, I mean, nothing good can come from them. They take my form of symbolism, and really, truly speaking, like if as above, so below, as within, so without. My past lives having to be, Inanna herself, the goddess Inanna, and all of her machinations having to deal with Ishtar, Sauska, Venus, Aphrodite, whatever you name it. Also, Nero was a true aspect of her, just in the Astarothean perspective. This is probably where we get Astaroth in the to begin with. And it's R-O-S-E. Whenever I see the name Rosarita or like something that has to do with Rose, like Marilyn Monroe, I mean, that right there is, a very true Rosicrucian name, because of it's in the title, Marilan, Mary, has to do with Maria, Virgin Mary. That's why we got, Virginia and Maryland in the first place. Virgin Mary, very Catholic right there. It's another aspect, that's another machination of myself that is corrupted and defiled to such a degree that it is not okay. I will not allow that, because it is something that is not sacred. It is not sacred enough to be a part of that. It is not. The Catholic orders are holy. The Jews are holy. The Muslim, in Islam, meaning to literally just submit, is to be holy. That is why a jihad is also a crusade, and that's why the Jew zealots, are Jew zealots to begin with. They went and they supposedly have a doctrine called the Ten Commandments, and yet what do? They have violated every single one of them. Who are very, very well-known Rosicrucians? Well, really, any major actor, politician, scientist, you name it. Tom Cruise is a Rosicrucian. And I'm related to these motherfuckers ancestrally. Do I fucking love it? I hate it. I hate that blood. I hate it. It's such bad blood to begin with. It's corrupted. It's an unfortunate source. But guess what? I can't, I just can't, I have to, teach. I have to teach this gnosis because it is something that I have to do, as a forever student. Tom Cruise, Benjamin Franklin, you name it, any of the Masonic top-tier families, the Queen of England, the Pope, all the Jesuit orders, they're all Rosicrucian. They all show the Rosy Cross, and you look at certain sport teams in the UK, and guess what? If it has a 5-pointed rose on there, then it's a Rosicrucian-owned facility. It is a celestial facility. It is a white light facility. It is something that cannot exist without being in a destructive state. What? This is the second time this has happened. Okay. Okay. Let's follow the abyss. Now in the... okay. Huh. LOL. That's some fuck shit. Yeah. That okay, LOL. That's the second time that has happened to me this month. Thank God I got thank the God that I got that on stream. And I'm telling you, we're all divine. We are all divine. We are all divine. We all have this. We all have the stars within us. We all have the as above, astrological power. We all have the power to manipulate electromagnetism. And guess what? Guess who don't teach us that? Very simply put, the JCI apparatus. The school systems, all the school system that we are looking at, it is a very true statement. They are rotten. And the rose has to do with the rotten, because red is, for that perspective. That's why the painted world of Ariandel looks like it's, it's cold, it's snowy, and it's, it's the peaks and valleys of Mount Zion itself. And, the painted world of Ariandel is telling some fat truth. And when I say fat truth, I mean it. I am stating it for what it truly is. It is the mind, it is the left brain on Zionism. It is a very, very disgusting thing. Miyazaki is really, the way he set the Soulsborne lore up, I can tell you easily, I am able to easily tell you this. He is extremely wise, and he knows how to incorporate all of this. He knows how to incorporate all of that. The way that he encrypted the source of Soulsborne, his son's son is a Capricorn, and it makes sense. Like, I will always praise another source for his work, especially if someone could really, truly wow me. Nowadays, shit, you take a fucking fat amount of Nemesis to really, truly wow me. It takes a lot to wow me. nowadays. That was really fucking weird. Like, I don't know how that happens, but you know, it's like, okay, sure thing. Cool story. Duh. Bye. Turn to dust. It is a very, very sad truth. Now I'm gonna have to put my tablet on the charger soon. I'm using it as a hotspot to it. Live stream. Yeah, you can shut the fuck up. Oh hey, my battery is 69%.